I do know that is a story that everyone in this room can connect to in one way or the other. And I'm happy that everyone reacted the way they reacted. I'm happy that I had Auntie Mercy on this. I'm happy that Mr. Nee directed this. I'm happy that Timini, Neo, every single person, Princess, everyone in this film killed it. And I just can't wait for the world to see what we created. I feel so fulfilled. I feel fulfilled. I feel like we told the story the way it should be told. Yes. Thank you, Dan.
Amazing. Hands together for her. Hands together for her.
Alright, Mr. D, you are known for telling bold narratives, like your stories, This Shall Be, do you remember other movies right now that just skipped my head? But it's so much, right? You are so House of Secrets. I mean, I saw that and I was like, this is brilliant. I was not expecting anything less from this world. Now, but this is kind of different. It tells the story of a mother and a child. And this is, when I was watching it, I was like, we can all relate to this story. Mothers, they will go through so much, they will not want their children to know what they're going through. But then they start to just react, and the child is often confused, like what is going on and all of that. So this is a different story entirely. What prompted you to tell this particular story? And you're known for also telling family stories too. So but what prompted this particular one? Is there like a personal experience for you that you'd like to share with us?
Okay, so I need to mention two really important people. First is my wife, Victoria. She literally ganged up with Evie, and they kidnapped me. And then they pitched an initial idea, which was just random. It was an idea of someone who was dying and was not actually dying and tricked his daughter to come back. But I think they knew they would get me because I can connect to that. I was with my mom in her final moments. And I was also writing this just a few months after my dad had passed. And I understood exactly what it meant for a mom to want to say some things to their children now that they know they're not going to be there. And a lot of people are denied that opportunity, So I didn't even want to direct the film because it was very hard to write. I was pulling from a lot of references from real people that I knew, but I'm grateful that they let me do the film because it was too hard. It's even very hard watching it, now on screen. But I think ultimately, I understood very early on, especially after working with Ife, your House of Secrets, that there is so much power when we talk about stories that focus on closure. And that's what we miss in Africa. There's so much that needs to be told to each other, and we do not tell these things to each other, whether it's husband to wife, business partners, or a mother to a daughter. But I think we were extremely blessed with the casting. Because I remember speaking with Mercy, and the first thing she said, Mr. Nee, say I get picking, teenager, and I know waiting me and her, what we do to ourselves. And immediately, I think I got it that we weren't just randomly casting people for this film. We wanted people to share some of their experience. And that's why it feels really authentic. I also want to thank Timini, who we just called and said, Timini, whether I like it or not, I don't pay this doctor. I bullied him and dragged him all the way to Benin, to make this film for us. Shout out to Neo, who I had worked with prior to this, and I was so excited to work with him again. And I think I saw Princess.
Yes.
Our Benin connection. Thank you very much for coming. So we couldn't have done this without these amazing people. It would have just been one of those stories that we put out there. So I want to say big thank you to all of them again.
Amazing. All right, so we're almost done, but we have to talk to the other cast. Just one question, and we're going to move on. So let's talk to the iconic Mercy Aigbe. I mean, we've known you from the Yoruba industry, the English industry, all the industries at this point. I feel like this is one story where you are going to your roots. So not just about the fact that you have a daughter, but also we're taking you to Benin. Why was it important for you to, tell this story, especially seeing that it was going to your culture as well?
Okay, so one thing, I wish my father is alive. Like, I just wish my dad got the opportunity to see this, because I'm sure he will be proud of me. And Dad, I'm sure wherever you are proud of me. I mean, I started with the Yoruba genre of Nollywood, and then my father, who had lived in Lagos for a very long time, but as a proper Benin man who refused to speak Yoruba. So when I started doing Yoruba films, my father would be like, You don't go to English. You don't go to Benin. You know, and all that and all that. So I went through all the journey, Yoruba films, English films. And this particular film took me back to my roots, thereby making my father's wish come true. My father actually wished that I would feature in the Benin film. And even though he's not here, I just thought, I hope I made you proud. Yeah, I hope I made you proud. And just watching this film and watching how I was speaking Benin. I mean, I've lived all my life in Lagos, like 47 years of my life in Lagos. And, you know, kudos to my dad. My dad is a typical Benin man that, you know, in the house, if you want to speak to my dad, you have to speak Benin. So you have to, especially if you want for money. If you want some money, you go need to speak the Benin before he gives you the money. So, you know, and that's why as parents, we should actually encourage our kids not to throw away our tradition, be it our way of mode of dressing or our language, which is very important. Because, you know, if we lose our identity, then we are nobodies. So that being said, this film took me to my roots, and also it also resonated with me as I've been a single mom before I got married. For years, I was a single mom to Michelle. And let me tell you guys something. Like 3 days ago, I had to send a text message to Michelle. And I said, Michelle, I'm so sorry. If you might think that, you know, the upbringing I gave you was so harsh. I was harsh. I can't lie. I was harsh. Like, yeah, but I raised a vessel for God. Yeah, I said, you book should clap for me now.
Yeah. Come on, hands together.
So I had to send a text message to her a few days ago, and I said, that's one thing this film taught me.
Let's pay attention, please.
We need to have, it's very important to have closure on so many issues. And then we need to also pay attention to our kids. I'm just going to, please, I won't bore you, but I'm just going to quickly share the story. Emma Binuejo. So, a few years ago, I sent my daughter to Canada for school. And one day, I was calling her, she didn't pick my calls. I called her friend. I'm like, Precious, I'm calling your friend, she's not picking my call. So she said, okay, mommy, I'm going to call you back. Then she called me back and said, okay, mommy, you can call Michelle, she's not pick. And then when she picked, I'm like, Michelle, I've been calling, you're not picking my call. She said, mommy, I'm traumatized. I said, what's wrong? Are you okay? She said, mommy, I remember you hit a bucket on my head one day. And then I said, are you mad? You dey crazy. Oh, so because you're abroad now, you know, and I'm not thinking of how that would make her feel. That's what this film will do to a lot of people. I think it's about time we start to have this conversation. We have a lot of damaged adults around everywhere, yeah, who have not properly healed from their childhood trauma. So I'm so proud to be part of this project. I'm sure a lot of you have been seeing how I've been pushing this film with my blood, because I believe that it's time we need to start having these conversations. I mean, that's why we have narcissists all over the place. Like, people are still stuck. And, you know, as African parents, we are too proud.
To apologize.
We are too proud. So if I can throw away, I mean, probably if I can throw away my apology 3 days ago, and I told Michelle, that Michelle, I'm sorry. She was like, mommy, are you okay? Are you alright? Is everything going on with you? Are you good? So if I can do that, I think, you know, a lot of people will be able to relate to this film, to resonate with a lot of people. It's a call to action to African parents. Yes, I get it, but there should be limitations to what we do actually. Too much of everything they say is bad. So please, guys, spread the word. Thank you for coming. Please tell a friend to go to the cinema to see my mother is a witch. God bless you. And thank you for indulging me. I'm sorry I took your time. Thank you.
Also, so because of time, Koinsala will ask Timini, Neo a question, and then we move on. But we're going to begin with Koinsala.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. All right. Your question for Timini?
Oh, I have to use this then. Okay. So she just spoke from a mother's POV. I would like to hear from Obviously, I understand. But Timini told us something on the red carpet. He said he did something one day where he put, I think it was a knockout in the toilet, and he blew up his mom's toilet, right? So Is that, sorry, did I speak too much?
No, I said it on
You said
record.
that, okay, so I'm free to ask my question then. All right, if you were to advise African parents, because African parents seem to think that tough love works all the time. I mean, she could have easily communicated with her child, but she did not. And this is something that most of our parents do. So if you were to advise African parents, do you think that tough love... Wait, sorry about that. I saw something on Auntie Mercy's page where she tried to speak with Efe in a loving manner. You know, sorry, don't do that again. Then she tried gentle parenting, it didn't work. Until she used African parenting with broom and all of that, right? It works for some people and it doesn't work for some others, right? So what would you advise? Would you tell them that, you know, I don't think this works, but then it works for some people. So how do we balance all of this? Because you can't keep on doing gentle parenting for all kids. But don't let me say anything more. But what do you think? I'd like to know your perspective on this.
Okay, first of all, I'm not a parent yet, right? But I know that the kind of discipline that I needed as a kid, because I was a very stubborn kid, right? The kind of discipline I needed to be who I am today, I thank my mom, I thank my dad for every time that they brushed me, you know. But moving forward, I feel like tough parenting doesn't always have to be physical, like in terms of like beating and all of that. There's things that have changed, kids are sharper, you know. A 12-year-old now is not what a 12-year-old used to be when I was 12, you know. So I feel like, and you also need to understand that every kid is going to be different. So as parents, like Auntie Mercy said, I feel like parents just need to be attentive and, you know, find the peculiar needs for your child and just communicate, you know. At the end of the day, the trauma that comes from beating doesn't always work in the positive light for the kid, you know. I know some people that were beaten until today, they still have anxiety, they still have PTSD and whatnot. So when I'm a parent though, I promise that, or just, I hope that, you know, I will be able to have the patience to communicate with my kid as much as possible, and be the best dad that I can be without giving them any scars mentally. Then that's to answer your question. Obviously, Efe, I'm so proud of you. You know, you called, I didn't even need to read the script. When true friends call, you ask, you drop everything you're doing and you show up, no questions asked. And I'm happy that you made all of us proud. You know, Efe is my longest friend I've ever had in this life. She knew me, we knew each other before like all of this. And looking back to where we're coming from now, I just want to say that I am so proud of you. I wish you all the best. We will push this film with all our heart, all our soul, because you deserve the best. And I like it when good things happen to good people.
They just want Efe to cry today. Please, no more. So we want audience interaction as well. So if you have questions, we're just going to take two from the crowd. Just two questions from the crowd. But I want to quickly ask Neo and of course Princess a question. So I'm going to begin with Neo. Neo, you've done so much in film already. And there's this mold that people from that reality show have not been able to break. You've been able to do that, and you're doing that in really big movies. How does it make you feel being part of a moment like this? Knowing that this is not just another Nollywood movie, but a movie that has meaning to the people that are in this movie.
To be honest, I think it's just God. Because when I look at my journey, I mean, I'm literally just 5 years in this industry, right? And I look at my journey and I'm just like, there are 1,001 people doing exactly what I do. Do you understand? But I feel like God just has a way of putting me in the right places at the right time, surrounding me with the right people at the right time as well. I mean, it's my second time working with Director Nee, it's my second project with Timini, my second project with Auntie Mercy as well. I mean, it's amazing. And I'm just really grateful to God. I wake up every day and I count my blessings because I feel like it's not easy. It's the grace of God. We're in Lagos. Everybody's here to hustle.
Also, yeah.
You understand? So I just really thank God for every single thing and the people that I walk out of rooms of and they're just there speaking good of me. I don't even know them, but by God's grace, I'm here, I'm standing, I'm grinding. I try speaking with that being. I'm not no vex, man. I don't worry, but anyhow it be, man. I'm just really grateful to God. And big shout out to Efe. Thank you so much for this opportunity to do this with you. Thank you for taking me back home. I mean, some of you I don't know about the South ball, you understand? Director Nee, I love you. Like, I love you. I love everything you do. It's a pleasure to be part of anything you are doing. And I don't tell you, if you want to call me, I could go on for free. I don't tell you. Auntie Mercy, you are amazing. Chaka, no worry. Chaka, no worry. Auntie Mercy, you are amazing. On set, you are one of the most. You're one of the most welcoming people. Like, I remember having conversations with you about YouTube. You might think I've forgotten, but I mean, you're just so welcoming, and it's amazing to be in your space and to pick your brains as well. Bad boy T, I love you, my guy. Like, you have no idea, man. Since I came into the industry, it's been nothing but love, vibes, good energy every time. Look at the check out me, they go, no, this check out, relax now. But anyway, most importantly, this is a film that I am really proud of. Like, to be honest, it's the first film I've ever done that took me out of Lagos. If you make sure we're so comfortable, and see, trust me, I dey use God beg una. Whatever you have to do, carry your friends and your family members. On the 23rd is going to be out. Take them to any cinema in Nigeria to see this film. I beg you in the name of God. I love you guys so much. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna go straight to Princess right now. Corinne, what's your question for Princess?
Princess, I just want to ask quickly, like, what was your experience like working with these legends, right? I told Mercy Aigbe that I've been watching her since I was a child. This is the most bankable actor in Africa. I absolutely am in love with Leo's talent. I love it.
Mercy Aigbe said she's a baby girl for life.
Okay, I'm a baby girl for a legend. How was it like working with each and every one of them? Please let us know.
It was awesome. I had an awesome experience. From the beginning, in fact, I enjoyed the set from the beginning to the end. Like, I didn't want it to end. And honestly, I met a lot of amazing people, the director, his wife, and of course, if you really, Auntie Mercy Aigbe, in fact, she's a blessing to me, and I met Big T. You know now. I knew I'd go for it. As a matter of fact, the very first day I saw the script, I read it and I cried. Honestly, I cried. Like, the story was just different. It was not the regular Nigerian story, but it's a story that everybody, even in the family, can relate with. Yes, that happened to our aunties, our sisters.